Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teen accounts.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
The mayor of America's largest city, New York City, a 34-year-old socialist, Mayor Mamdani. And what did he do? He distorted St. Patrick's Day and the long history of the Irish, essentially hijacking the annual celebration. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach me this hour, 800-848-9222. Hijacking St. Patrick's Day to turn it into the latest example of his shameful obsession against Israel. So, in the midst of praise for Ireland, and at the event today was its former far-left president, Mary Robinson, at a Gracie Mansion breakfast, the mayor, if you will, hijacked the message, the celebration of St. Patrick's Day so he could hammer away on his favorite target, and that is being against Israel and playing up Palestinian causes and so on. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I don't know why he's obsessed with this issue, but I want you to listen to some of the criticism about the mayor, what he did just a few hours ago, this on Instagram.
Mayor Mamdani is a human wrecking ball. It wasn't enough to alienate Jews. Now he's managed to piss off Catholics on their own day. Bill Donahue, the head of the Catholic League, just put out a blistering statement about New York City's mayor hijacking St. Patrick's Day. He says Mamdani turned a joyful Irish Catholic celebration into a, quote, radical Muslim rant, whining about, quote, genocide in Palestine and, quote, the deafening silence from so many. St. Patrick's Day is, in Donahue's words, an Irish Catholic day, something, quote, Mamdani refuses to acknowledge, and we know why. New Yorkers came for parades and Irish pride, and instead they got lectured by a mayor who can't let even one sacred tradition escape his obsessive crusade against Israel.
And that's a fair way of describing what the mayor of New York City did. And here's a bit, even from inviting the former president of Ireland to the breakfast this morning. She's a far-left politician that supports Palestinian causes. So is everything you do, Mamdani, in the light, in the frame of supporting Palestinian causes? What is wrong with you? Are you obsessed with this? Or is this your lifelong mission, you and your wife, who hates Israel? Here's a bit of what Mamdani had to say at the breakfast in question.
I say this as over the past few years, as we've witnessed a genocide unfold before our eyes, there has been deafening silence from so many. For those who have long cared about universal human rights and the extension of them to Palestinians, silence, however, is nothing new, for Palestinians are so often left to weep alone. Yet former President Robinson has never been silent. Not when she was president, not when she was High Commissioner for Human Rights, and not in the decades since. As she once said, commemoration is a moral act. Her solidarity is many things: unwavering, sincere, and chief among them, Irish. Irish solidarity is no coincidence. Who can better understand those who weep than those who have been made to weep for so long? The story of the Irish, both in Ireland and in New York City, is at one time a story of oppression, of subjugation, and of discrimination. As we know, it was on Irish soil that the British Empire developed their colonial project. So much of the exploitation later imposed elsewhere across the world was first honed in the plantations of Ireland. And yet when I think of the Irish, I do not think first of oppression. I think of resistance. I think of unity. I think of corned beef and 96-minute Troy Parrott goals and the Pogues' fairy tale of New York. Above all, I think of that solidarity.
That is the 34-year-old mayor of New York City that came in with no job experience, having served in the state assembly. And he was a wannabe rapper. He wanted to be the next Jay-Z. And then he figured out his con would be politics. And because he's been able to tell a bunch of voters that are not too educated, free, 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 they went for the okie doke, and now he wants to charge you for everything, including parking. 800-848-9222. Looking at my Twitter at my ex, Patty says, at Dominic TV, Mamdani is playing himself and his cause out already. 3 months daily reminding us how persecuted she capitalizes the word persecuted, his people are. We are not his people. Apparently, the American Irishman let him know today who built USA Today. And Patty, you're so correct about that. I don't know, folks. I don't see any change coming soon. Like I have said throughout the entire campaign, they hid his wife. You ain't seen nothing yet. What we're going to find out, what this wife is all about. I'm sorry. The city's first lady, she just looks evil. Her face looks evil. Now, is that Islamophobic, Mayor Mamdani? I'm sorry that your wife looks evil. You should have thought about that, perhaps the love of your life. You should have thought about that before you married her, Mr. Mayor. Let's begin with your telephone calls. Line 2, Liz in Florida. Liz, good morning. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. You know, when I listen and hear him speak, Mamdani, I just want to get the violin out. His remarks are so selfish and uneducated. So Hamas turned Gaza into a rocket launching pad for 25 years. That was their business. So the people there had to find work to put food on the table for their families. So what did Israel do? With their kindness, they said, come on, we'll give you jobs. Okay, and Hamas destroyed $1 million business in Gaza. So Israel and genocide, they don't mix. They send flyers to neighborhoods before they're going to bomb. Okay, they care about people. They care about civilians. But what does Hamas do? They go after civilians. And
Absolutely.
What I'd like to do, right, I'd like to get the son of Hamas, his name is Mossab Hassan Yosef, and let him have a debate with Mamdani. And then I'd like to find some Holocaust survivors out there and let them have a debate with the mayor's wife, since she liked a post that denied the Holocaust. So, you know, he should keep his mouth closed.
Liz, before I let you go, and this may sound
Yes.
a bit sexist, but why would a woman who would go on to become the city's first lady, why would she be so evil in her social media likes? Why? How could a woman be so evil like that?
There's a lot of evil people out there, and she's one of them. And so is he. He's covering it up right now. But they're pea in a pod. They're both evil. And, I mean, they just, honestly, they want to cause trouble. That's who they are. So she's doing it with her liking those posts and her horrible, dark pictures, and she's dark. And there's no reason why. Why are people evil? You know, they just that's who they are, unfortunately, and that's why there's good in the world, Dominic.
I hear you, and thank you for the call, Liz. It may sound a bit sexist, but a young woman in the prime of her life, she should be looking, males as well, looking positive. You know, go conquer the world. Your thing is art. Go conquer the world in art. Don't work for illustrators that hate Israel more than you do. Why? Oh, my wife didn't know. She didn't know. Well, what does your wife know? She doesn't know much, according to you, Mr. Mayor. But yet, and this is what I mean about the New York City Hall press corps. Not one reporter. They sit there like seals. Yes, Mr. Mayor. Yes, sire. Yes, yes, yes. You're the first Muslim American mayor. Yes, yes, yes. I got to cover the first Muslim American mayor. Well, you had black mayors. You had Dinkins. You had Eric Adams. We're beyond those days. We've had a black president. Stop kissing his you-know-what. Do something, media. Mr. Mayor, I'll give you the questions if you don't know what to ask. Just call me up and ask. Mr. Mayor, but I haven't yet once heard you denounce your wife's comments. How could that be, Mr. Mayor, when you're the mayor for all of New York? Humda, humda, humda. And then you hit him with the 1-2 punch. Boom, 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 boom. Instead of, oh, how do you feel? Feelings. How do you feel, Mr. Mayor, that they're making you feel so bad? Islamophobia. And he says, yes, 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 yes. Anything you want to ask me that I don't like. It's Islamophobia. It's because I'm the city's first Muslim American mayor. That's why. And this guy gets away with this. Let's go to Harriet in Brooklyn, line 5. Harriet, what's on your mind?
I love you. You're so great.
Well,
Dominic, the first time that he mentioned globalize the intifada, Mamdani, you knew right then and there that he lied on his citizenship papers. And the only way to get them the hell out of here is to put him on a committee, Donald Trump, and investigate the fraud that was committed by him and his Syrian-born wife about globalizing the intifada, spreading revolution, and in the mosques, as far as I'm concerned, he's an imam. In the mosque, they're saying first the Saturday people, then the Sunday people. It's a terrible situation, and this is the enemy from within, and it's got to be investigated, and he's got to go on a deportation committee composed by Department of Justice, Donald Trump, and this is the way it's got to be, because once you lie on your citizen papers, even though you're a naturalized citizen, you are subject to deportation.
Well, all I can tell you, Harriet, is at this point, the city's public advocate, who's far, far, far left, who would take over, Jumaane Williams, he would be a 1,000% improvement from Mamdani. And I never thought that I would say something like that about Jumaane Williams until the election. An election was held. The feds, the FBI, they're going to have to do some type of investigation to 100%. Get rid of this guy.
100%. You were saying that before, Dominic. You were really vociferous about this, and you are absolutely right. We have the invader here, and let me tell you, the Muslim population that voted for him, they're true believers. They are Muslim Brotherhood, and they are not here 8 years. You know what's going on there with John Thune to pass this act to prove citizenship, American citizenship, along with the voter ID, is crucial because these Muslims that voted for him, the Muslim Brotherhood, the 500,000, were they here 8 years? No, they were not. So is there a problem with voter fraud here? Yes, there is. There's investigations that must be conducted. And thanks so much for taking my call.
Of course,
Dominic.
Harriet. I've got to take a break. I'm going to try tonight to get to the SAVE Act because it's got to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. You talk about low expectations. Oh. People of color, if they're forced to have ID, they can't vote. I mean. And people of color, it makes me want to bang on this table. Look at what the left thinks about you. Oh, you can't produce ID because the poor little black and Latino people won't be able to vote. I want to throw up. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Oh, this is Mamdani's theme song. This is Mamdani's theme song, Matt Blaze. What's the name of it? Cold Pimpin'? What is it?
This Big Pimpin'.
Big Pimpin'. Goes out to you, Mr. Mayor, your new theme song. And you know what the president, dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what they should play every time Mamdani walks out. Big Pimpin'. The ultimate pimp. You want to blame my wife? My wife is a private citizen. She's a private citizen. She didn't do anything. Mr. Mayor, she hates Israel. She's a private citizen. Private citizen. I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex. Catherine Trunk, the lovely Catherine says, at Dominic TV, Matt Blaze, I think Mamdani should have kept his rapper job. She capitalizes the word rapper. Don't rain on the parade. Hashtag St. Patrick's Day. She capitalizes, celebrate it. I got a bunch of comments here on social media. You know, I don't know. I don't know. The lovely DMS, your little friend, wink, wink, nod, nod, 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. DMS creeping on the Lower East Side or Lower West Side is still the key word, creeping.
Big
right,
pimpin'.
Mr. Blaze? Big pimping.
Big pimping.
No, you're not married yet, so you're not
Oh,
big
that's
pimping.
right.
You're in the process of pimping.
I'm just pimping.
Right, but that's his theme song, Big Pimpin'. Big Pimpin', New York City Mayor Mamdani. So DMS, she says, I don't think I could be any more revolted by New York City Mayor than listening to his St. Patrick's Day lecture today. And she goes on with the history of her family and so on. It's a remarkable history. So, I mean, this guy, he's you know, Mr. Mayor, it's St. Patrick's Day. Mr. Mayor, we need to write you a speech solely focusing on St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's Irish today, Mr. Mayor. Everybody's green today, the colors, Mr. Mayor. You got to focus on St. Patrick's Day. Yes. I'll focus on St. Patrick's Day. Pivot. Let's bring up the issue of Palestine and my people and the resistance, and we share this in common. The speechwriter goes, oh, my God, what is he doing? And then Mamdani looks at him and winks his eye and says, big pimping, baby. I'm big pimping. That's what I'm doing. Yes, your theme song, Mr. Mayor. This song goes out to the new 34-year-old mayor of New York City. Big pimpin', baby. You the biggest pimp in all of New York.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Oh, Kamala. With me, Matt Blaze, and going back to Cali.
Yes.
Kamala. You know, the soft bigotry of low expectations. Matt Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Blaze, can you go visit the Capitol, right? You know how the public goes to the Capitol?
Yes.
Can you visit the Capitol without showing ID?
No.
No, you can't. You
Can't do
can't.
that.
Plus, you got to go through the metal detector. Can you cash a check without showing ID?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
So why is it? Well, you know what? I want you to marinate on that thought for a second. I want you to marinate that. I want you to marinate on Big Pimpin', the theme song for our new 34-year-old mayor who wanted to be a rapper. And he goes into the clubs with the young black people and he says, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm pimping, baby. I pimp my way all the way to the mayoralty of New York, 1001, 1002, 1003. I'm not going to talk about his wingman that made it possible for him to become mayor. Oh, we forgot all about that. I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to mention his name. 1001, 1002, 1003. Liz in Florida. Leave it alone, Dominic. Stop talking about it. Stop talking. I'm not going to mention Mr. the third candidate that got 7% in the race, that threw the entire election to Mamdani. Hey, I'm not going to put you on the spot, Matt Blaze. Folks, I'll just say this. Notice that person hasn't said one negative word about Mamdani since he's been in office. He vowed to keep him in check. Remember that? Talking about checks and cashing checks. Interesting. I'm just saying. So the soft expectations, right? The bigotry of whatever the saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Matt Blaze?
I hear you.
So you hear me, right?
I do.
You hear me, okay. And you know I consider you a brother, straight up. So you just, you're a little different, but you're a brother. I want you to listen to Kamala talking about bigotry and dun dun dun. It can't be required that you have ID to vote. Here's Kamala.
What else have they done? The SAVE Act. You know what the SAVE Act would do? Require that people show a birth certificate or a passport to register to vote. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but it's something like 40% of Americans don't have those documents. Married women, if you changed your name when you got married, it's going to be different than what's on your birth certificate, right? And what that's going to do in terms of complicating the ability of women to register to vote. And so this is happening in real time to suppress and obstruct the ability of people to vote. And then my concern, frankly, Aaron, is that when we saw what happened in Minneapolis, I think we need to really understand that in addition to everything that was obvious about it, it might have been basically a demonstration and a beta testing of militarizing the streets of America to intimidate people against voting and using federal officials to intimidate people to not vote.
I know, Kamala. I know, Aunt Kamala. Please, Aunt Kamala. You are embarrassing me. Put down the drink, Aunt Kamala, and go sit down in the corner. Stop embarrassing me like this. Stop embarrassing us like this. You got blown out in every swing state. We don't care what you have to say, Aunt Kamala. Go call Willie Brown. Oh, you're married now. You can't call Willie Brown. Well, never. Okay, let's leave Willie Brown out of this. Let's leave the man that made your political career possible, and we're not going to get into how. Let's leave Willie Brown alone. Go sit down, Kamala. I mean, Blaze, do you realize what she's really saying? She's saying, oh, the days of the Klan. This is what she's really saying, where they would block black people and they would ask you 15 of the toughest, hardest hitting questions so that you couldn't vote. That's what she says we're going back to, right? But if grandma goes to cash a check at the bank, she's got to have ID, right?
That's true. You got to buy. If you want to buy alcohol and you look young, if you look under 45, you got to have an ID to buy cigarettes.
Right, and most women say thank you when they're carded now. You know, I mean, does the politics, Blaze? Does it ever stop?
No, it never stops ever. It's always what makes sense. If your side wants something that makes sense, and you go, okay, makes sense. The other side doesn't want it. Then somehow it reverses. And then all of a sudden, what you said didn't make sense now makes sense, but what made sense now doesn't make sense. Wait, what?
So
hold on a second.
So in other words, what's on first is on second. What's on second is out in the outfield. What's in the outfield is at home plate.
I mean, we've all heard this. Chuck Schumer years ago said you need ID to vote. Now all of a sudden you're saying you don't need ID to vote. Well, which is it? All of a sudden you change your mind? Why? Because now the side against you or the other side wants it, so now you automatically have to oppose it? Why can't we just, it's common sense to have ID to vote. It's the weirdest thing. You go to vote and you just walk in and they go, what's your name? And you tell them, they go, okay, here you are. Yeah. I could be anybody. I could walk in and say I'm anyone. I could say I'm my friend who lives next door.
Right.
And let's say I knew that he wasn't going that day or he wasn't going to vote.
And you could vote 3-4 times.
I could just say that's me. And then I come back later on when there's other workers that didn't see me the first time.
Or you're the other person.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I'm listening to you. You know what I'm thinking about, Matt Blaze? And I got to get back to the phone calls in a second. You know what I'm thinking about, Matt Blaze? Well, you know what I'm thinking about? 40 minutes past the hour, I'm thinking about that T-shirt you have on Coca-Cola. And I'm thinking about the commercial. It's the real thing, a Coca-Cola. And then I'm thinking about them with Mean Joe Green, and the little boy walks up to him in the on the sideline or when they walk out.
Yeah, they're in the like the runway thing. Yeah,
right. And the little boy says, "What he says? Would you like some of my Coke?" And Mean Joe Green looks at him and says, "Sure, kid," or something like that.
Yeah, then the music comes on.
Right.
Coca-Cola has life. Have a Coke and a smile. And he goes, "Thanks, Joe."
Right. Thanks, Joe. That's right.
Joe,
That's good.
He throws him the jersey. Thanks, Joe.
Right. That's good. Okay, so let's get back to the calls. But first, and I don't mean to shout out my man. I'm not going to say his name, right? So this reporter you're about to hear, he's a good reporter. He was a news assistant working under me every day for I'd say 7 or 8 years. And he was always ambitious. And I would sit him down and I would say, "Relax, man, your time is going to come. Your time is going to come." So now he's a pretty boy. He's always thought he was a pretty boy. Asian American pretty boy. I shouldn't have even said that much because now people will put 2 and 2 together. On Channel 7. And he did a good job until the end of his statement. I don't know what it is that these stations are just, they're like, yes, big pimpin' Mamdani, yes. Listen to this report describing Mamdani, a little clip. This is from Channel 7 WABC here in New York about Mamdani at the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Mayor Mamdani marching next to Police Commissioner Tisch and Cardinal Dolan. A little hard to hear him, but I asked him what it's like to be out here, and he said it's amazing. It's such a pleasure. His presence is notable, of course, as a candidate. He said that he would skip many parades. He skipped the installation of Archbishop Hicks. And by the way, almost every mayor at some point during their time in office has been booed at this parade. But from what we noticed, Mayor Mamdani was showered with cheers all up and down Fifth Avenue.
So he didn't learn that from me. Did you catch at the end how he's kissing, or he's got his lips all over the mayor's ass? Did you catch that part? Maybe I should say ASS. He didn't learn that from me. What he learned from me was fearless, and that you kiss no politician's ass. I don't care who it is. Did you catch that at the end? Oh, politicians are booed all the time at the parades, dun, 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 but not this time, not Mamdani. Well, did you point out that people couldn't see him? Did you point out that they had rope all around him so you couldn't get near him? Did you point out that he was marching with the city's popular police commissioner? Did you point out that he was marching with the police department? That's the only reason why he wasn't booed, because Mayor Social Media, a.k.a. Big Pimpin', was smart enough to surround himself, yes, Matt Blaze, in the right way, right? Now, we in politics, we know the city hall's recording everything, right? Because they're looking for an Islamophobic moment. Dominic Carter is being Islamophobic. No, I'm not, Mayor Big Pimpin'. I am only telling you, Big Pimpin', that I know what you're doing. I see you. I got my eye on you. And I'm coming, Mayor Big Pimpin'. And you're not going to get that easy treatment. Oh, mayors have marched in the parade and I didn't see Mamdani get booed today. I'm going to say, Mr. Mayor, first of all, I dare your press secretary to tell me to wait my turn to ask a question. I dare your press secretary to tell me that's an off-topic question. You know why, folks? Because you'll hear that this reporter shut down the mayor's press conference today. Ask Giuliani how I roll. When he refused to sit down, the reporter refused to sit down or to wait his turn, and refused to give the press secretary the question in advance. Over my dead body. Would any of those things ever happen, Mayor Big Pimpin'? Not going to happen. Let's go back to the phone calls. Going to regret this, but I'm going to try it. Russ in White Plains, line 2. What's on your mind, Russ?
Hey, as a master of language, Dominic, you're nauseated, not nauseous. You don't make people sick. And the way you use pimping and hijacking the parade like it's hijacking 9/11, I appreciate the nomenclature. And to the caller, Harriet, it's intifada, not infitada. It's not a Mexican food. She might want to learn something about Muslims before she does her micro-personality. But what I want to say is Donna Hanover, Giuliani's wife, she wasn't a peach. She refused to leave Gracie Mansion. She was a squatter in Gracie Mansion, and Rudy had to go live with his gay roommates. And Koch, he had Bess Myerson. What a beard. Okay? That's fake news, Bess Myerson. Just like the Bud libel about October 7th, the rapes and atrocities that they try and pass over on us. Hey, listen, I learned a lot about Irish history from Mamdani, and it's not a Catholic parade, but I appreciate you giving me a chance.
Dominic is done with you.
So, Russ, I let you go on with your little speech. You don't know anything about Donna Hanover. You're talking about what you don't know. Did you know that Giuliani would have never been elected without Donna Hanover? You never heard Donna Hanover come forward and say, I'm a private person. Donna Hanover was a highly successful newscaster here in New York on Channel 11. And Rudy had already lost his first election to Dinkins. And now it's the second election. And Rudy was on the ropes because it was viewed that Rudy was too hardcore of a prosecutor. It was Donna in that commercial that said, you don't know my husband, Rudy, the family man. So, Russ, you're talking about something that you don't know. Donna Hanover never went against America in terms of tweets. Donna Hanover never came out looking evil. The city's first lady just looks outright evil. I can't say what I really want to say because then they'll say, oh, Dominic Carter, Islamophobia. You're saying that she looks like one of the male people that attacked America. Oh, I think I just said it. I mean, you don't know anything. You're talking, Russ, and you don't know anything about Donna Hanover. So now let's deal in facts. So he said that Donna Hanover refused to leave Gracie Mansion. That part is true, right? So, and you're only proving my point. Donna Hanover did that play called Vagina Monologues. The mayor felt that it embarrassed him. He told her not to do it. She did it anyway, and he denounced her. So, Russ, when you're telling the story, tell the whole story. How come Mamdani hasn't criticized his wife the way that Giuliani criticized his? So it's been done before. You know why he won't criticize his wife? It's called two peas in a pod. It's called that on the down low, he agrees with everything that she's saying. As a matter of fact, I wonder if he's even encouraging her to do these things. Mayor Big Pimpin' Mamdani. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. You know what I'm thinking about at this very second? So, folks, no matter what station you're listening to us from, around the country right now. Here in New York City, along the FDR Drive, when you come down, you can see like a yellow building around the 80s on Eastern Avenue, and it's a park there. And the mayor's mansion is right there. And so at 54 minutes now past the hour, what's happening outside that mansion? There are police officers on the overnight duty. One, and I don't think I'm giving away security things here, one is stationed in a guard booth 24 hours a day. Several patrol the perimeter, and there are all types of electronic devices set up so that you can't get in the mayor's residence. The mayor of New York City has a backyard overlooking the East River that looks like it's the length of a football field, Matt Blaze. And so I've been to Gracie Mansion many times, going back to Ed Koch, right? So I was straight out of graduate school, and I get invited to Koch's Room 9 Christmas party where all the reporters at City Hall go to Gracie Mansion. You get a lovely dinner. It's nice. The mayor makes a speech. You take a picture with the mayor. So even if I was invited by Mayor Big Pimpin', I wouldn't go. I just wouldn't go. because I just, And so at Christmas time, would you lecture us on Palestine at the Christmas party, Mr. Mayor? Would you do that?
Yes.
Pimpin'? You think so, Blaze?
Yes.
So are they going to announce that every time the mayor walks out on stage?
They should.
They should, right? I mean,
every time he gets on stage, you just hear this.
Right? Because he wanted to be Jay-Z.
Every time.
And then mommy took that silver spoon out of his mouth and said, son, you have to get a serious job. You have to get a serious job. So he runs for the assembly. So I'm looking at Matt Blaze, and we see all these calls. I'm going to try and get to at least one. I'm looking at a comment from Patty, and she says here, Marco just came to mind. Please don't wish him up. Laugh out loud. He is due back soon. Wonder if he calmed down and hope his cold is better. So we recently had a caller from Yonkers that does math equations that called up and said that I have to have him on for my ratings. This is what he said. And I told him that since he felt that way, he was not allowed to call for at least a week, right? And so he's kept his word because he's not going to get on the air anyway. But what is he smoking?
I'm just doing math problems, Dominic. I'm not calling you, but I'm busy doing division.
And you know what he's going to say? You had to bring me up to save your ratings. That's what he's going to say. That's what he's going to say. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, how could anybody in their right mind? I know voters don't know. Okay, let me backtrack. Some voters don't. How could you vote for Mayor Big Pimpin'? How could you do it? I mean, how Blaze? How?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know. I just
don't know. Has he delivered on anything that he promised?
And his promises, it was like if I was running president of the 6th grade. Right. We're going to have no homework. It's like saying free buses, no homework, pizza for lunch every day.
Right.
Come on, man.
And then on St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to lecture you about Palestine. I mean, you can't make this up, you know.
I mean, 34 years old.
34 years old. Controlling the city worth, what, $120 billion budget? And he's in control of it all. And as we speak, again, there are police officers, while he's sleeping, protecting him right now, and he hates cops. Folks, I'm sorry I ran out of time. All the lines are lit up. I didn't get to the calls. I do apologize. We'll make it up to you. I'm back at 3 p.m. And have a great day. Mayor Pimpin' Mamdani. I know, Islamophobia. It's the reason for everything. I know, all you want to do is talk about Palestine, right? I get it, Mr. Mayor. And your wife, she's a victim. She's a victim of everyone. Go Mayor Big Pimpin'.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?